Hello and welcome to Talking Tullahoma. I'm your host, Kelly Lapczynski, and today we are talking to, I'm imagining it's a volunteer now with HorsePlay, Cristen Bain. First of all, let's introduce you. Say hello. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. As of right now, yes, I am a volunteer.
Okay.
I am hoping, though, to, after the first year, be a certified therapeutic horse trainer.
Wow. Okay. Now,
Yes.
Now, if I remember correctly, you're fairly new to horseplay. You sort of got in once, loved it, and stuck around, right?
Last fall was actually my first session. I went and first time there, I will never forget. I saw a nonverbal child turn around and look at his mom and just had this look of amazement. And I just started weeping. The mom started weeping, and I was like, my dream has always been able to work with horses. And I'm like, I get to do that and work with kids with disabilities.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, that's a moving story, but I know what horseplay is.
Yes.
And I'm thinking we've got some people maybe who are tuning in and hearing about it for the first time. I hope it's not the first time, but just in case, let's tell them what you're talking about, what it is with children with disabilities and horses. What's the connection? What do you do?
Absolutely. We are a nonprofit organization. We help children that have disabilities. Can range anywhere from maybe ADHD, anxiety, to more severe cases of disabilities. They do have to have a doctor recommendation saying that they do have a disability, what their disability is, a little bit of info about it. Then they can apply for our program. And we actually go through and with a bunch of volunteers, great people, we get to teach the kids how to ride horses for free.
Okay, now, there's a reason for horses. It's not like we're taking kids with disabilities and taking them to the shelter and let them pet dogs.
Right.
The horses actually are therapeutic. And how does that work?
They are very therapeutic. They learn responsibility. The kids learn responsibility. They learn that even though that they have a disability, they can do anything that anybody else can do. There's nothing stopping them. And it's also therapeutic for our volunteers as well. Horses just give off that love, and the kids, like I said, the kids learn how to take care of the horses. They learn to bathe and groom. They learn to, some of our kids go into volunteering, and they learn how to tack the horses, and eventually they can be part of the volunteer program.
Okay, but there are also those, I'm going to think that probably the ones that learn to do those things are a little more mobile. But there are also children or young kids that might not be that mobile, and they're getting that therapeutic benefit of the gait of the horse.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's amazing for them. And it's not just the actual gait part of the horse, it's the connection. It's everything that these kids, I mean, like I said, they learn how to, something simple like that we would take for granted, holding reins in our hands. For some of these kids, it's not just that easy, and they are actually learning how to maneuver their hands to hold the reins. Or, some kids, if they have autism, a lot of kids with autism kind of have, I want to say maybe a blankness kind of a connection when it comes to people, and they learn to have that connection with their volunteers that they work with, the horses, the instructors. So they learn so many different things in so many different ways.
Okay. So how long has horseplay been around? Have you been around long enough to sort of get a backstory on how this started and where?
I actually just recently learned what horseplay is all about and what everything stands for. They've been around for about 27 years. 2 of the founders are still with us. It started with one of the other founders had a child that had disabilities, and this is how it came about. They loved horses. So, and it's just, since then, in the last 27 years, we've been able to help so many kids.
Okay. So now the question then, obviously what we're going to be talking about today is raising funds.
Absolutely.
But we want to make sure that people understand what it is you do so they know why these funds are important and what the funds go to. And let's just start right there. horses are not a cheap thing to just have hanging around.
No, they're not. We do have older horses only because working with children and working with children with special needs, they can't be really rambunctious horses. So we do tend to get a little older horses. With older horses, you do have some health issues, the feed, the shelter, their shelter, if something, gets damaged for whatever reason, it costs to have it repaired. Everything from the hay, our kids get to ride for free. So that also kind of makes up for it. Horses in themselves are costly, and that's where donations come in.
Right.
Donations come in as far as keeping the grounds up and fencing working, electricity, all kinds of things.
Sure. And then, of course, on top of just vetting the horse and feeding the horse and housing the horse,
Absolutely.
then you also have to outfit the horse safely with equipment that fits children.
Oh, absolutely. And we have kids of different sizes. We have older kids. We have younger kids, kids with different disabilities, kids with different body structures. So in each one, in order to keep them and the horse safe, they have to have a saddle that fits both of them. So that's where we depend on a lot of donations. People, if they have saddles, they can donate them. Girths, just anything. If if it's something that you're not using, we welcome it, because it might be something that we've been looking for that one of our kids and horses need. So it's definitely, it takes a lot to have it up and running.
Okay. Well, we are at a good spot to take our first commercial break, so we're going to do that. We will be back in just a couple of minutes here with Cristen Bain. We're talking about horseplay, and we'll tell you what you can do to help after this. When severe weather strikes, stay informed about power outages with TUA's new online outage map. Visit our webpage at tub.net and click the View Outage Map icon to see the number of customers affected and where they are. Use the bottom icons to find out the cause of the outage and how long it might take to restore power. You can even zoom in to see if the outage is in your neighborhood. Call 348-1795 to report an outage.
Tullahoma Utilities Authority now has a branch at 501 West Lincoln Street. The drive-through only branch, located in the old Citizens Tri-County Bank, will be open on utility and light to bill due dates and the day before and after a TUA observed holiday. Check a complete list of dates at tullahomautilities.com.
Tullahoma Utilities Authority Light Tube Fiber Internet offers true gigabit service to our customers. We pride ourselves on speed, but the backbone of that speed is local tech support, unmatched customer service, and professional service technicians. To sign up, call 455-4515 to gain the reassurance of light tube reliability.
And welcome back to Talking Tullahoma. Once again, I'm your host, Kelly Lapczynski, here with Cristen Bain, and we are talking about horseplay. Now, in the first segment, we talked a lot about how the horses are helpful. They're therapeutic for children with special needs, and that, of course, is an expensive endeavor just to maintain the horses, never mind the rest of the program and the electricity and the things that are for running any business.
Absolutely.
This is horses on top of that.
Absolutely.
And, we were talking about equipment, and the thing that came to my mind that I think that might help put it in perspective for me is that if you're a parent and you've got a kid with no special needs, just a kid that you're buying a bike for, You've still got to get them the knee pads. You've still got to get them a helmet. You've got the bike itself. Let's equate that to the saddle. And you just started because now you got to feed the bike.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I mean, and that's it. We have to have helmets for our kids. We have to have reins. We have to have halters. We have to have saddles, saddle pads. I mean, there's a lot of components just to be able for the kids to ride. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, you're not even talking about electricity and water, because we do have water troughs out there, and we have to have water for the horses. During the summer, when it's extremely hot and the heat index is really high, we can't saddle our horses, so our kids learn how to bathe our horses, and they get that bond with them that way. So, I mean, water, electricity, all of that, it costs money. And unfortunately, with being a nonprofit, we go strictly on donations.
And so let's talk about some of the ways that we can drum up those donations. I know of at least one event coming up that we have talked about here on LightTube before, because, I mean, Pony Plop, what a great name for this event. But it literally is Horse Pucky, I think, as somebody said it to me.
Yes, it is. It is. I tell everybody it is exactly the way it sounds. We have an event coming up. It is a fundraiser and also a silent auction. We have that on August 24th from 5 to 7. What it is you buy a ticket. Tickets are $25. You have to be 18 or older to enter. You do not have to be there. We just have to have your information so we can get in touch with you if you win. But you buy a ticket, and that night we will section off our arena in 280 squares.
Wow. Okay.
And we, for 2 hours, will let 2 horses out, and wherever they
let nature call,
do their business is where somebody will win.
If you have that square,
if you have
the horse
that
decides
lucky
you're winning,
square, you will win. First prize is $300.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to let me keep the droppings.
Oh, I mean, if you would like to, if you'd like to take them home because you win, I mean, hey, I can't stop you. But no, first place is $300. Second place is $200. Third place is $100.
Okay, so now we've just added up $600 for $25 tickets and 280 squares. How does that math come out? Is that going to work out okay for you as a fundraiser? That's a lot of prize money.
Yes, it is. It is definitely going to work out.
Okay, good.
We still have tickets left, but they are going quickly. So I will encourage people that absolutely, as soon as you possibly can, I would go and get your tickets. Where you're going to have kid-friendly things out there, games, coloring table, just so they're not driving mom and dad crazy.
Sure.
While we're all waiting for the big moment.
How does someone get their ticket? Who do they contact?
You can actually contact HorsePlay on their Facebook page. It's just HorsePlay. I will have to look up Holly's number, or you can reach out to me. My number is area code 815-630-7514. I still have tickets left, so, and if not, I know other people, so I know people that have tickets. So.
And the thing is, we're talking about children with special needs.
Absolutely.
and the therapeutic riding program, but I want to make a point that if they're looking for you on Facebook, we're looking for HorsePlay Inc. You got the design, the logo on your, and I realize that in this day and age, we have people who see rainbows as something other than a creation in the sky, but this really was a rainbow of children, a rainbow of help, a rainbow of spectrum disability.
Absolutely, and it is the rainbow from Genesis in the Bible. Basically is saying that God's not going to let any of his children that go hurt. So any child, as long as they have that doctor's note, they're welcomed with us. There is a waiting list, but we would love to have them on our waiting list. Absolutely.
Sure.
So yes, that's actually where the rainbow.
There are some people, if they're just looking for you, finding you on Facebook the first time, where they might get the wrong idea or an idea that does or doesn't jive with them. No judgment here, but some people do have a little of, well, what does that mean? Do I want to support them?
Absolutely.
And we just want to let you know what that is and what that means in this circumstance.
Absolutely, and that's simple. It just means that every child is loved, every child is welcomed. As long as they, like I said, have that doctor's note, we urge them to please reach out to us. Let's get your child on the waiting list. Let's get your child learning how to ride a horse.
Yeah. Now, the plop isn't the only event you've got coming up, though, is it?
No, we actually are constantly looking for volunteers. We have volunteer opportunities in so many different areas. If maybe just horses are your thing, we do have opportunities that they can help with just the horses. They can saddle them before each session. If it's your thing, maybe you want to help these really awesome kids. We do have things, positions called sidewalkers. Basically, you're just there to support the kid, your child, however you can. Make sure that they stay safe on their horse. We also have positions with leads. That's just basically concentrating on the horse, keeping the horse safe, and go ahead and just maneuver around the arena with your horse. So we do have those coming up, and those are actually August 19th and 26th from starting at 5 o'clock. So we do welcome all new volunteers.
So that's an orientation for
kind
people
of like
who
an
are
orientation.
coming in.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can come out and we teach them. You get to meet our really awesome horses. Spend a few minutes with them. We will teach you safety measures with the kids, because horses are just like people. They get scared sometimes too. So we teach all the volunteers how to keep our kiddos and our horses safe. So we welcome them to come out. And then also, like I said, it just gives them an opportunity to see, you know, if horseplay is their thing. It's not for everybody, and that's okay. Maybe just your thing would be, hey, you know, word of mouth, you know, letting people know what horseplay is and getting it out there. Because I have had people in our community that don't know, that aren't from this area. And then we also have a horse handling training on the 16th from 3:30 to 5, and that goes a little bit more in depth. Basically, it's how to handle your horses, different situations, what to look for in your horses if something is going on, because they get boo-boos too, and they get burnouts and everything.
Now, this is
as
for
well.
horse owners outside of horseplay. It's not for the horses. It's or is it for the horses of horseplay?
It's for the horses of horseplay.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. But yeah, if anybody has the experience and they want to come and volunteer, I mean, that is definitely welcomed.
Yeah, okay. And one thing, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe this doesn't exist, but it also sounds to me like, because this is a pasture where horses graze and horses live and horses plop, I imagine there are volunteer opportunities where you don't necessarily have to guide the children on the horses or lead or sidewalk. There are probably opportunities to take care of stables or move around hay.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and we always, when we have hay deliveries, we're always asking for people to come out and help us restack it. There's all kinds of grounds work that needs to be done, things that constantly need to be repaired. There is always somewhere that we could put somebody if they want to volunteer. And like I said, horses may not be your thing. They, you know, some people are intimidated by horses, and that's okay. I mean, we will find you somewhere.
There you go.
Somewhere to be.
All right, well, it's time for us to take our second commercial break, but we will be back more with Cristen Bain after this commercial break. We'll wrap it up and remind you of those dates after this. Did you know that Tullahoma Utilities Authority has a solar farm right here in Tullahoma? For as little as $4 a month, you can support solar energy production and breathe a little easier, knowing you're taking positive action to reduce your carbon footprint. Call 455-4515 today. When severe weather strikes, stay informed about power outages with TUA's new online outage map. Visit our webpage at tub.net and click the View Outage map icon to see the number of customers affected and where they are. Use the bottom icons to find out the cause of the outage and how long it might take to restore power. You can even zoom in to see if the outage is in your neighborhood. Call 348-1795 to report an outage.
Never miss your favorite shows again. For an additional $7 a month along with your digital television service, LightTube Cloud DVR lets you record up to 8 programs at the same time, receive 500 gigabytes of cloud storage, and whole home DVR. Call TUA Customer Service to add LightTube Cloud DVR to your digital television service today at 455-4515.
And welcome back to Talking Tullahoma. Once again, I'm Kelly Lapczynski here with Cristen Bain, and we are talking about HorsePlay Inc. Now this thing, you said, I guess 27 years, is that what you said, how long it's been around? 27 years helping kids with special needs in the community, particularly horseback therapy. There's all kinds of different horseback programs, but one of the things that always sticks out to me is the fact that the gait of the horse is so similar to our walking.
Oh, absolutely.
And it just seems like such a beneficial thing for a child to get to do, to get those core skills that they might not get by walking on their own.
Absolutely.
To get that feeling of what walking and balancing yourself and controlling your own movement feels like. I mean, that is a powerful thought.
Absolutely. I mean, it's things that we take for granted. But it's something that these kids, I mean, some of them long to do that. And basically these horses are their legs, and they help them, like you said, they give them that strength, and it does teach them, you know, how to be able to hold yourself up, and it does help with those muscles. And for some of them, it's their legs. It's how they get moving, and they love it. We have quite a few nonverbal kids in our program, and they come out there and their face lights up, or you hear them giggle, and it's the sweetest and greatest thing ever to be able to see that.
And as you mentioned, now these are mostly older horses because you don't want the rambunctious ones.
Absolutely.
But a lot of them are also horses. It's not like HorsePlay is going out there and buying horses. The money isn't going to that. Most of these are care leases. They're horses that belong to someone else.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
in exchange for your taking care of them, you get to use them.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes. It's kind of like a rent-own kind of thing, I guess. We do get a lot of them that they are, in a sense, donated to us, per se. And we work with them. And for the most part, we have a couple, but for the most part, the owners will take them back at the end of their time to finish out their life with them. But yeah, we try to use older horses just because they are a little bit calmer. We don't want, to scare the kids or have any injuries. And they get a chance to be loved on too, where a lot of people think older horses, don't really have it in them anymore.
Yeah. That's a nice thought too. It's good for the horse as well.
Yeah, they still get some of that loving too still. So, and there's a lot of loving.
That's another bit of awareness that we can put out there, though, because that's something you wouldn't necessarily think of as a horse owner when your horse has gotten to a certain age, or maybe you're not riding it as hard, or that this is a place that you may want to take your horse for its continuing care and usefulness.
Absolutely. And we handle the care. We don't ask, them to come out and help. It's not like a boarding where, they come out and have to help clean stalls and this and that. We do it all, which is great because then we get to teach our kids how to do that.
Right.
We teach them the responsibility of, it's not just riding a horse. There's also upkeep with a horse. There's feedings that they have. They need to be washed. They like their baths too, just like we do. Which most of the kids probably don't. They probably try to run from baths, but but I mean, the horses love that, and it gives the horses, I guess, maybe the need to feel like they're still needed.
Right.
They still have that purpose. So it's really a very cool thing for everybody.
Great. Now, during the commercial break, we did take an opportunity to look up Holly's phone number. Holly is the program coordinator and has to do, kind of oversees all of these events that we've been talking about today.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and tell people what her number is so they can contact her for any of these things.
If you guys need to get in touch with anybody to get tickets, you can call 931-222-4159. And we still have tickets left, but they are selling. So, and I will say we have some really cool stuff for our silent auction. So
oh yeah, right. Okay.
Yes.
And that's at the Plop. That's the same event.
That is also same
Okay.
time, same place. We have some really cool things in our auction to look at.
Remind us of the time and date of that again. What was that Plop?
That is on the 24th of August from 5 to 7. Again, we're going to grid off our arena into 280 squares. You will get a ticket, 18 and older, to purchase. You do not have to be there, though. We will call you if you win. We just need you to fill out part of the ticket and leave that with us.
But you may want to be there for that silent
But you may want to,
auction.
because that is going to, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun watching our ponies wandering around waiting to plop and where they're going to plop. And then again, like I said, the silent auction, we will have beverages and some food out there. So,
Okay.
and it is
Now-
kid friendly.
Now, we started off with the premise that there may be people watching who either haven't heard of horseplay before or not know what you do. Well, here's another along that line. They may not know where you are. Where is this arena?
You would.
It's on West Side Drive, right?
It is
It's
on West Side Drive,
headed
going
towards-
out towards Franklin.
Okay.
Not too far from the middle school. There is a small sign by the road, and it'll say horseplay right out there. It's kind of looks kind of offsetting because there is a house in front of it. But you just turn down the dirt road, and you'll see our babies usually out in the field
Okay.
playing around out there. So, or feeding.
All right. So let's do a little quick rundown just of the dates again. We've got
Yes.
that Plop is on.
The pony plop and silent auction is on the 24th from
Okay.
5 to 7.
And orientations?
Orientation, we have August 19th and 26th starting at 5 o'clock, and that is a new volunteer orientation, and that's a lot of really good, useful stuff. They'll have a chance to kind of see the facility, meet some of our really awesome horses, get a chance to meet Holly and I.
And
we
just
will-
show up? You don't have to call ahead?
You
or-
don't have to call ahead. You just show up. If you have family members that would like to come with you, friends that would like to come with you that are looking for volunteer opportunities, we welcome them as well to come out with you.
Okay.
We'll be teaching that night how to safely take care of your kiddos that are on the horse and yourself and our horses. And then we also have a horse handling, like an orientation program, August 16th through February 3:30 to 5.
Okay, perfect. Well, we have run out of time. So thank you so much for coming to be with us here today
Thank
and
you
all
for
that
having
great
me.
information. Thank you for watching. Please go help support Horseplay. They're doing good things out there, and we will see you next time.